15 love.
Not a bad way to start. Played an exhibition in Sydney last week with Leighton Hewitt. Felt he had enough tennis under his belt after Brisbane.
Yeah, that's always the hard part for the players when they come into this Australian swing, trying to figure out the right tactic on how many matches to play. When are you ready? Roger, he believes, did the good preparation this year.
Well, he's a family man now, spends a lot of time, 2 sets of twins. First of all the girls, and now the little fellas, the boys. There's his wife with the pink cap on, America. Tour player in her own right a few years ago.
Game Federer.
And an easy opening game for Federer. 1-love, first set. Seppi showing us that he can start off just as well. A good slider, and that opens the court here. A double fault. Ominous thing for Seppi is Federer's defeated 4 players on 11 or more occasions without loss, and he's got 10 up against Seppi. The players he's beaten: David Ferrer, Mikhail Yuzny, Jaakko Nieminen, Feliciano Lopez, all 11 zip. All long. I think this is a good matchup for Federer as far as getting him in some good practice sessions. It's be a big surprise if Seppi wins him, but Seppi beats him. Seppi's going to get a lot of balls back and make him play some.
Yeah, that's kind of the perfect point that you're going to see a lot of today, and I agree with you on that one, Fred. You know, as far as going along in the tournament, building your confidence, Seppi is actually a good person for Roger to play because he gets a lot of balls back, doesn't hit the ball hard, but he gives you a lot of rhythm, makes you play a lot of balls so you can work on the ground strokes and the movement side and everything. A perfect matchup for him.
40-15. Moves onto that forehand as well as anybody, Federer, when he's on song. 40-30. One called wide.
Juice.
Yeah, not missing by much, but nice easier forehand there. Should have made that one. First thing you got to do when you play is get that first game on the board. You can't make your life difficult if you lose. Go down on your first serve.
Mixed it up well there. Seppi. Federer looking for the one down the tee.
Yeah,
game point.
I think you'll find Seppi going quite a lot out wide to the forehand, trying to get Roger out of the court to give himself a little opening. Good serve.
Well done, Seppi. Bit of a struggle. 1-all first set.
Yeah, I think he'll be happy with that. Kind of settled him down a little bit. He played a good game. Didn't get through it easily, but a nice one to get your name on the board. 1-1.
It was Federer's 63rd major appearance and his 61st straight Grand Slam event. He has not had many injuries throughout his career.
Yeah, isn't it absolutely amazing, the longevity of him. Not only has he done exceptionally well, he's played so much and been so healthy too. I mean, it's really amazing the career that he's had.
Well, the way he's played, there's not a lot of jerky motions in anything that he does. He glides around the court. He's got a very compact motion on the serve. Forehand and backhand produced effortlessly. Not too many things can go wrong if you're in good health.
Yeah, no question. You couldn't find a person who plays with more fluidity than him. I mean, he literally is like, it's almost like he runs above the ground, and the ease that he hits the shots and moves around is amazing.
Challenge there.
Roger
Federer does not like this Hawkeye system. He's probably the worst of most of the players out there. He doesn't get it right on too many occasions.
Oh, I think he got
he's
that
got
one.
it right this time.
Yep.
So he's pretty happy about that.
40-15. Fault.
Federer easily to a 2-1 lead. Smart move from Seppi there. We learnt that as a kid also. Once the ball went over your opponent's head, get into the net. And there Seppi makes the move forward. It's a tough shot for Federer. Seppi sitting right on top of the net for an easy volley put away.
You're going to get a lot of more shots like that with Roger getting a lot of opportunities to go for big balls. That one's spraying it a little bit, but Seppi's going to give him a lot of opportunities for him to run around and hit that inside-out forehand.
Seppi unfortunately has a 23-match losing streak against top 10 players, so a lot of things that are going against him today.
Love.
Seppi holds with that two-fisted backhand down the line. It's 2-all.
Yeah, another good game by Seppi. Didn't really falter too much in that one. Pretty solid. Even up until now, I mean, even though it is early in the match, a long way to go. Seppi looks pretty good.
The last time they played was in Shanghai in one of the 1,000 events. That was 2013. Federer won that one 6-4, 6-3.
15 love.
Yeah, I think you'll just find as the longer this match goes on, the firepower from Roger will just start taking its toll on Seppi.
Obviously, everybody knows that Federer is a 17-time Grand Slam singles winner or a champion. He hasn't won one since 2012.
At the beginning of the match, when they were showing his results from last year, it's results that most tennis players would absolutely dream of having.
Yeah.
But for him, he would have found it a disappointing year. He had, did so well and won so many tournaments, but not one Grand Slam to his name.
Well, that approach didn't have anything on it, just down the middle of the court. And that was easy work for Seppi on the forehand pass. Super slow-mo camera just watches the ball right onto the strings. Oh, a break point opportunity here for Seppi.
Yeah, Roger trying to push the envelope a little bit to then go for a little bit too much. He's hitting a lot of the balls right now clean, but up the middle. He's not getting Seppi to move too much. And that one trying to go for a little bit too much and missing it long.
Yeah, and as he often does, finds a good first serve when down a break point.
That's the true champion right there. Down break point, put in that first serve, take it easy point. That's what makes him as good as he is. It's always the stories you talk about, Fred, with people talking about what makes somebody a champion. And that's those little things that just make you that special, better than everybody else.
So Federer survives a break point, leads 3-2 first set. And strangely enough, we talked about his efforts last year. He finished, he ended the year last year with a tour leading 73-12 match winning record. It's but without winning a Grand Slam, for him, it wasn't good enough.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's very difficult to end the year #1 without winning a Grand Slam. The points difference between that and the rest of them is just quite large, and you have to get through at least 1 or 2 slams to be able to take that #1 spot. There's been a few people that have made #1 without doing it, but it's awfully difficult.
He pulled off that forehand, got through that one a little quick, but I just love to watch Roger Federer hit a backhand. Unforced errors there. Federer hasn't quite found the range yet. Seppi's done a good job by keeping the ball in play, just letting him go.
Yeah, a little bit more unforced errors than Roger's sort of used to at this stage of the game. Kind of going for that inside-out forehand and missing that one. But you know the champion is, it'll start going in sooner or later.
Well done, Andreas Seppi. Forehand down the line. Never Never flinched. It's now 3-all, first set.
Even though Roger didn't win that point, I like the way that he
Yep.
took that ball early, tried to come in. You know, it's the Roger of old from the very early stages in his career that he used to do a lot and did well. Kind of took it off, and, you know, Stefan Edberg working with him to try and get him to come back to the net. Great idea.
15 love.
I mean, the thing about him too, though, Fred, is he's got such an unbelievably good volley as well.
Yep.
I mean, he's really just, he's the full package. He's got everything.
30 love.
I think that's an area where Edberg also is working on, trying to get him to get behind the flight of the ball just a little bit more on the volley.
Yep.
Edberg just certainly precision when he got in and made the serve and volley. Easy service game for Federer.
Yeah, I mean, Stefan Edberg, I'll tell you what, he was a difficult guy to play, because when he used to come into the net, no matter where the ball was on that backhand, even if you knew where he was going to hit it, you still couldn't get it. It was best backhand volley I've ever seen.
He used to stick the backhand volley. Our era, it was Tony Roach. And a double fault.
40, 15.
Yes, pinpoint accuracy again, and Federer leads 4-3. Last time Federer lost to an Italian opponent was against Filippo Volandri, 2007 Rome on the clay. As Seppi moves forward on the net, so he's an all-court player. He can do it all. Seppi, he's 30 years of age. He's a veteran out there, knows the court well, and that's exactly what he's done today. A lot of players will come on court when they play against Federer and try and hit him off the court. Not so Seppi. He doesn't have that firepower.
No, he certainly doesn't. But that point there, you can see that backhand and forehand that he hit just too much up the middle, giving Roger too many chances to take control of the point. And he does hit the ball well, and he has the right tactic to do it, but he's got to make sure he just gets that ball a little bit wider and makes it a little bit harder for Roger.
Sneaky quick serve there. 185k, 30-15.
Let's for service.
Doesn't have a powerful serve at all, but does a pretty good job on placing the ball.
That's sneaky quick. Yeah, it's a very short backswing, isn't it?
Yeah, he's moving it around, forehand side, backhand side, getting it close to the lines.
40-15.
It's not always about the pace, but the placement is very important too.
Seppi's been a stalwart of the Italian Davis Cup team since 2004. He's played a pretty good record there. Well-directed serve again. It's 4-all.
Another fairly easy service game for him. Nothing special. No, not too many huge serves, but just very, very solid. Looks pretty confident on how he's getting through his serve game. Stats basically showing you is winning 92% on first serves. That first serve is 11 out of 12. He's quite dominant once it goes in.
Doing better on first serves than Federer is at the moment.
Yep. Also getting in a few more first serves. Actually less percentage first serves in, but doing a better job on it.
Now that's a good shot. That slice backhand keeps low, but the way he came across the flight of the ball, that ball moves. See if we can pick it up here. He's slicing. See the way he comes around. Watch what the ball goes. That ball moves and keeps going away from Federer, and that causes the error. Challenge there.
The call right in his sideline.
I just say you can hang around and hang around. You get to 4-all, and you hit a backhand, and then Federer serves a double. If this is a double, and it's called, and it is out, so Federer loses that challenge, and he's in a little bit of a hole here at love 30. Called wide, so Seppi doing a good job pulling him out of court, forcing the error.
2 challenges remaining.
Yeah, 3 break points. Seppi having much more opportunities in this set. One break point before this one, and now 3. See if he can take his opportunity. One out of these.
Well, Federer has hit 13 unforced errors to Seppi's 5. So that's the story right there. And a well-played game from the Italian. He gets a break and leads 5-4 first set.
One nice thing that Roger has going into this with Seppi serving for the set, he always knows he's going to be in the point. Seppi's not going to win, big booming serve for any aces, so he's certainly going to give Roger an opportunity to break back here.
No, still can't find the range.
15-all.
Yeah, he's not going to break back if he's going to make unforced errors like that one. Very unusual forehand for Roger. Unforced errors count, just mounting.
Let's for service. Let's for service.
Good play there. I like that play, forcing Seppi to make the pass. He knows he's under the pump here. He's got to try and hole serve here to win the first set.
Yeah, very soft second serve, 124 k's an hour.
It's a little nerves too when you're serving out against Federer. You know, you've only ever won one set against him, and now he's giving a gift back there. That's nerves. Opportunities. 15-40.
Got to take your opportunities, Fred, not give them away. A little bit tight. I guess he's feeling it, that this is a very important game for him.
That was a big first serve there.
Mr. Federer is challenging the call. Right center service.
He's going to challenge the call here on the serve. That's right on the paint, I think. No, it's out. So a good challenge.
Second service.
He's done well so far. Two
Yeah,
challenges,
yes.
won both. Oh, that could have been out.
Oh, how's he going to challenge that one? That was a good deep second serve. That must have got the back edge of the line.
He certainly hits that second serve very flat,
Yeah.
Seppi.
Doesn't get much on it.
No, not much spin on that one. It came through nice and flat.
Still a break point. Oh. Crowd love it when the ball goes into the audience and somebody gets up and makes the catch.
That was caught deep out in the boundary. Deep out in the boundary, and a good one-hander.
There you go.
That guy's going to have to keep that video. Yeah, YouTube that one.
Oh, good job to get it back to juice. That's the best group of forehands we've seen so far from Federer. And as champions are able to do in the right situation, brings him up another break point.
You're getting that one backhand just a little bit wider than the rest, opening up the court. But they always say the first one to go up the line in trouble puts himself in a bad position.
If I was Seppi or trying to help Seppi here, I'd be just going into the Federer forehand for the rest of this game.
Yeah.
Gets him deep into that corner because the backhand he's pretty consistent with, particularly in situations like this.
Yeah, Roger should have done a little bit more with that ball that hit the top of the net. Had a good opportunity. Nope.
That's wide.
Advantage
So
Seppi.
this is the first set point for the Italian. And he does it with a big serve right on the paint. So the Italian wins the opening set, 6-4.
6-4.
Federer starting off proceedings in this second set. He's got to tighten the screws a little now.
15 love.
It's a good first serve to start off the second set. He's going to have to tighten his game up a little bit, play a little bit less loose than he did in that first set. Third double of the match too. Going for a little bit extra, 173 on that second serve. Quite a lot of pace difference between the two different serves of Rogers and Seppi's.
Well, the Europeans love a target, and Federer took that one in the air, but he didn't do enough with it. Came right down the middle of the court. Seppi just takes one step here to make this shot. One step into it.
40-13.
Good point by Roger, and that first serve opening up the point for him.
Game Federer.
Federer wins the opening game of the second set. He has to know that he made far too many errors in that first set, so that would be the first thing in the back of his mind.
Yeah, I would think that he would not feel anything at this stage. I mean, he's not too worried about it. He knows that he will probably start playing better, and he's good enough to do it. I think he's just realizing it's going to take him 35 or 40 minutes
Longer,
extra.
yeah.
That's about the only thing that's going to take him, is just maybe a little longer time out here. Maybe he'll take the opportunity to get some more match play under his belt.
All.
Unforced error, and most of them coming from that forehand side, just trying to hit a little bit too flat, going for a little bit too much. Not really necessary at this stage. You'd be better suited maybe to take a little bit off and try to put it a little bit closer to the sidelines than going for that big flat one up the middle. Just too good.
40-18.
Well, the first set win has given the Italian a little bit of a boost in confidence.
Yep.
He's going toe-to-toe at the moment.
Oh. But then, you know, why wouldn't it though? I mean, this is the first time he's ever been in the lead against Roger, so he's got to be feeling pretty good about that. That's really solid coming up to the net. You got to do a lot more than that if you expect to win the point. Just perfect body placement. Nice movement on the shoulder, turn, everything
like that. Yep. Juice. Well, that forehand, he's got to square that up a little bit.
Advantage Seppi.
For a side that's normally very dominant, it's caused them a bit of problems so far today.
Game point.
Forehand unforced errors, 14. So out of all of the unforced errors, most of them coming from that forehand side.
Juice.
No, that's not good enough. It's a good play, but if you're going to play that shot, you've got to get it closer to the line and force your opponent to take a couple of steps. That one there, again, Seppi, the Europeans love a target. He just takes one step, sets himself, steps into that ball. Game point. Good service game from Seppi. 1-all.
But already you can see Roger starting to put a little bit more pressure. It's the first game that Seppi's been taken to. Juice will have been stretched a little bit further. So Roger obviously doing a better job on the start of the second set on the return of serve.
Don't think I've seen him start off with a set and a half and serve that many double faults.
Yeah, it's not high in the big picture of things, 5 doubles, but still for him it's a lot.
Love 30.
Wild one off the backhand side this time.
There's Stefan Edberg there, next to Merker, his wife in the pink hat.
Yeah, a little concerned look on their faces. Not bad a serve.
15-30.
Well, Edberg would be very happy with the way he played that point.
Yeah, and Roger, I think, was happy with it too, with a little fist bump at the end of that. I think he liked the fact that he won a good point. There you go, a little bit of enthusiasm by him. He realizes he needs to step it up just a little bit.
Mr. Federer is challenging the call, right far side. The ball scored out.
It's going to be a close one, I think. He's been right 2 out of 2 so far. Nope.
Second service. Federer has 2 challenges.
Interesting choice to serve and volley. First time on a second serve, but too good of a return by Seppi on that one. It's almost like he was expecting it.
Put him into trouble. Break point for the Italian. And it's Seppi who takes control and breaks serve. What a shock here. It's 2-1, the Italian. As always is the case, though, when you get a situation like this, a man that's won 17 Grand Slams, you know that he's going to get better. And with Andreas Seppi, I don't know whether he can play a much better match than he's played in the opening set here.
I don't think he'll play better, but he probably won't play worse. He's play the same game he always does, just real solid.
So Federer has to get better.
He does. He certainly has to be about him if he wants to win this match.
Hear a little scream from Federer there. Love 30. He knows he's got to get back into this in a hurry. And the champions break back right away. Straight away they put the pressure on the other end of the court. And it's now Seppi down, love 30. Federer knew it as soon as he hit it.
15-13.
He just wasn't deep enough and didn't have enough on it.
Yeah, but it was a tough shot by Seppi, getting that one deep, right on the baseline. Good point by him. Even the luck's not going his way at the moment. Everything seems to be going against him.
Seppi having a quick look at the line there. It caught him off balance, and he was having a look at the ball and then falling backwards. So an opportunity now, a break point for Federer.
First one of the match for him, I believe. He hasn't had any. And it's actually his third break point, but hasn't been able to come through on any at this stage.
Another flat serve, a good flat serve out to the backhand was rewarded in that last point. That's a Stefan Edberg play.
Yeah, a little short on that approach shot, but he only managed to win it because of a great volley.
He guessed right in the first volley, didn't he?
Yeah, what a beautiful volley though. Just absolutely beautiful. Nice easy overhead to finish it off. Those are always the fun ones to have, an easy overhead.
Oh, there's another serve and a little bit of a shake of the head from Federer there. He's worked so hard. He's had a couple of break points in this game, and this one is snuffed out by a good serve on the paint, right on the centre line. Oh, terrific half volley there, set that one up. He plays that half volley a little differently to other folks. What's this one? He gets it, he sort of flicks it back there.
What a hard shot.
Tough shot to play, isn't it?
He made that look so
time.
easy, yeah. It's not easy to do. But I like what you say, it's a little bit of a flick. Normally people just kind of push it, but he sort of flicked it through. Did a good job getting it deep.
Break point again. There's the come on. That's the first come on we've heard from Roger Federer. He knows how important these next 15 minutes are. It's 2-all, second set.
Yeah, you were always wondering if when the inevitable will come that he would manage to break back, but struggled a little bit. Had a couple of chances. Seppi doing well on that one break point with the ace. Roger kind of working his way through to get his first break. I think he knows the importance of that one.
A bit fortunate with a stab volley, but a good move. The roar of the crowd.
Yeah, again, doing a good job picking the right side. He didn't have much choice but to go for one side. Almost making that. That would have been a great get. Looks to be a little bit more settled and in control. Good point, good first serve out wide, opening up the court.
There was going to be a serve volley, but the volley wasn't needed. It was a well-placed first delivery.
First ace of the second set, sixth for the match. 199.
Well, no footwork on that forehand.
Yeah, a little bit lazy on that one, not getting and preparing himself enough for it. Good, nice, quick return back from Seppi, though.
40-30. So Federer hits the front in the second set, 3-2. And this, you would think, it'd have to be a must-win situation for Federer, as Stefan's still got some fans in the crowd. Edinburgh.
Those fans looked a little young to know how
Who
he
he
played
is.
the game. Maybe they saw him out on the practice court. Well, you know, even though Roger broke back, you know, Seppi's still in the set.
Nice,
Not behind.
No.
So still in a good position. Set ahead on serve. He's got to make sure that he doesn't let that loss of serve on that last one bother him too much and keep playing the same way. Again, Roger trying to run around that second serve, trying to hit that forehand. Got himself in a bit of trouble again.
Match has been in progress for an hour. You can see on the time clock there. Just continues to get a good percentage of, when he gets the first serve in, it's in a good spot.
Some good artwork. It's always interesting to see what people bring in with them when they come to watch.
Oh, there's a bit of fine touch there. He had about 4 different shots he could play there. It's 3-all now.
A good solid game by Seppi, running through that one very, very easily. Getting a nice little help from the net court over there, and a good little topspin lob. Always a difficult shot to hit, even when especially when you're that close to the net.
Exactly. He had about 3 or 4 different choices there, and he picked the most difficult one.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first choice for most, that's for damn sure, but did a good job with it.
3-all. New balls.
Out.
That was like an overrule.
Seppi is challenging the call. Left near sideline.
I think a good call by James Kiyothavong. He's a good umpire. He does a great job. Seemed right on top of that call. Called it early. Let's see if Seppi's right.
I think he is. No, he's wide.
It's a good overrule by the umpire.
Very good.
Seppi has 2 challenges remaining.
That's the slice. Federer got through that one. The ball on the slice stops at props, and he got through the swing just a fraction early.
That's a better slice approach. Get it nice and deep.
A bit of stick on it.
Yeah. Good point, Roger. Appreciating that one. I think he knew that was a good one. Again, trying to be positive, coming to the net.
Game Federer.
Federer now holds serve, and he leads 4-3, second set.
And that's not a good start, putting himself down love 15, unforced error. He's got to be careful not to give Roger too long of a lead in this game.
No, you always tell, if you're a coach, you always tell your charges at this stage of the match, the first point of any game is very important. And that was not a good backhand from Federer.
Yep, gave one away and put it straight back. Back on even keel, 15 all. Tight game for both, I think. I think they both know the importance of this 8th game.
I like the way Federer, well, I mean, Seppi just measures that shot. He doesn't panic. He doesn't try and overplay it. He just waits for it, and if the slice, it gets up in the air, he measures it, takes his time, and then releases.
Hold on to it as long as possible.
Yep.
Wait for Roger to pick a side.
Another good service game from the Italian. This is not easy for Federer at the moment.
Game Seppi.
Seppi holds tough, 4 all.
Yeah, after that forehand he missed on the first point, he played a pretty solid game. I thought after he'd go down love 15, he'd be a little bit tight, but I think that second point was very important. Roger gave him that second point with a weak backhand and allowed him back into it. It would have been a different game completely if it was at love 30. Roger not taking putting enough pressure on him.
A serve and volley, and again, Seppi returning well and sets it up here. He's not going to miss too many of those. Doesn't panic. So Federer now losing the first point.
Also, Seppi needing to put a little bit more pressure. Got to put that ball in play. Got to make him play it, especially at love 15. Good opportunity he wasted.
Oh, that was a bad miss. It's a good return off a terrific second serve, very deep second serve, but that ball sat up there. He hasn't missed too many of these at all. So getting a little tight, maybe.
Not a good time for a double fault. 6th of the match, 3rd one of the set.
Yeah.
5th of the match.
30 all.
40-30.
And you hear Federer there willing himself on.
Oh, isn't that a champion there? Set doubles fault. Next point, an ace.
Seppi doing a good job again.
Yeah, getting Roger wide to stretch for that squash shot, and that's a difficult shot to play more than once in a point. Good point by Seppi, putting pressure on him.
Let's for service.
Again, opting for that wide serve again. Seemed to have got more of his free points out of that one wide to the Seppi forehand.
Let's for service.
It's a pretty good shot.
On song today,
Yep.
the Italian.
Ball a little too far up the middle. Federer giving it on that forehand side. Good whack. He's certainly being aggressive on that second serve.
Yep, and he's tagging the forehand, and that's the side that he's had success going to. So a break point opportunity for the Italian here. A worried Federer camp.
Let's for service.
Crowd willing Federer on. He is such a favourite out here in Australia or anywhere that he plays. And they know he's not at his best at the moment, but he's still in there. But all credit to the Italian who's taking it to him. Another break point opportunity. A bit of a shank return, but Federer had to go for the winner. One of 6 break points, one for Federer. Seppi now with a huge opportunity. Oh, and he let it go and it went in. Well, what a bad mental error there. The Italian goes to a 5-4 lead, 1 set to love. Andreas Seppi serving for a 2 sets to love lead, and there've been chance of let's go Roger, let's go. The crowd want him back into this match. They are stunned as spectators have not expected this, and neither have we.
He's just hit so many balls that are just unusual, such unforced errors. A ball right in the middle of the court, nothing much on it, missing by a long ways.
They've played on 10 occasions and Federer has won them all. And he's dropped 1 set in those 10 matches.
Doing a better job when he's coming into the net than he is from the baseline. Putting a little pressure on that Seppi second serve, and a well-played point, and it's kind of the tactic he's going to have to stick to.
He made Seppi, instead of going for the passing shot, he changed his mind, tried to hit a lob, which is probably the more difficult.
Yep.
With a good first serve. 2 points away from 2 sets to love, the Italian. Well, I don't think I've seen Federer this demonstrative.
He's trying to do whatever he can to get himself going. He knows he's not playing at his best. He needs to try and find something to get his spark back in his game.
Well, we said earlier, Seppi's not going to beat himself.
Nope.
You have to beat him. He's been very consistent. That is the first stroke of luck. That may be the turning point of this match. A let cord.
Well, we spoke about how he's been unlucky this whole match. None of the let cords, none of the balls, nothing's been going his way. And he finally got his first little bit of luck at the right time. You're right, Fred, is this going to be the turning point? You almost have to feel sorry for Seppi.
Played such a good game, and Roger apologises, but boy, did he need that little bit of luck.
And
it's not over yet, though. It's 5-all.
He's apologising, but he's not really sorry.
No, I don't think those things even out either. People say, oh, they even out the net cords. No way. But that may give Federer the little bit of spark that he needs to get himself on track here.
Yeah, what they say, you make your luck. Maybe all these years of him playing, he's made his own luck.
Oh. And he called out. Now there's a challenge. Now the crowd think this was good. It was a late call and then a challenge from Federer.
And Roger hitting that one between his legs. He's trying to show Kyrgios he's not the only one that can do that. That one might have got the line.
It did, yes.
Another little bit of luck for the Federer gang. Look at that between the legs. There you go, Kyrgios. Roger can do it too.
Pressure on the Italian there, forcing him to go for the pass. Barely missed. This game is a matter of inches, and it's 40-love. Well, what a game from Federer. Looking down the barrel, and he comes back and leads in this second set, 6-5. Just missed. Having a look at the first serve that's been pretty consistent with Seppi, but the second serve direction.
Yeah, you can see that he's been pointing more towards the Federer backhand, which is obviously something that everybody tries to do. Go to the Federer backhand side, you get more of a slice out of it, so a better place to go on it.
That's out. So a little bit of pressure building now on Seppi.
15-all.
Everybody steers away from the Federer forehand as much as they can, and definitely see that on the serve.
There's a come on from Federer once more.
15-13.
Yeah, little opening here for Roger. Good point by him there. Good serve.
That's a good serve.
This time changing the direction to the forehand side of Federer. Good first serve.
Now does he go to the backhand? Does Federer try and run around this one?
Is Federer going to chip and charge?
There you go. Oh, he's got to be disappointed in that.
Yeah.
Not a tough shot, was it?
Might have been a better play for him to stuck it to the backhand and chipped and charged. He's done quite well with that tactic.
That's Edberg and the Federer camp. Game point. Oh, a little bit of Italian touch there on the drop shot. A little bit of feel. And we're at 6-all, folks. Into a tiebreaker to decide this second set.
6 games all, tiebreak.
Yeah, it seems only justice that Seppi would be able to make it to a tiebreaker. Nice little feel by him. That was a
2015 tiebreak record. Federer's only played 1 and he lost it. Seppi has played 3. He's won 2 and lost 1.
1-0, Federer.
Oh, well, that's well done. For a guy that's not really comfortable at the net, the volley.
1-0.
Yeah, good point by him. Nice flat up the middle, inside out volley. Not an easy volley to do that inside out.
Seppi trying to finish that point quickly, trying to move forward on the forehand. Taped it
Choosing to go to the Federer forehand, which wasn't a good choice.
on the second serve. No, so a mini break now for the number 2 seed. He knows the importance of these next 2 points. Oh, that is vintage Federer. How many times over the last 14 years have we seen a half volley drive down the line for a winner?
Oh, isn't that special? Jeez, how do you teach that?
You don't.
Oof,
I don't think you
look
can.
at that. He couldn't have placed it better. Perfect time to do it.
And then a serve. 4-1 Federer in the tiebreak.
One mini break in that tiebreaker, but that's a good lead, 4-1. You know, Federer's looking to try and win at least 1 or 2 out of these Seppi points. Give him a commandable lead in this tiebreaker. It's a good start by him, 4-1.
Boy, that serve's been good for him. That flat one. Players will change ends at 4-2 Federer.
4-2, Federer.
Yeah, good comeback by Seppi. Good serve out wide.
He flattens that one out, doesn't he? It's not. He's able to pronate and flatten that out, and makes it tough to get anything on it unless you read it well.
And that one a little harder than normal for him. He's been hitting most of his serves in the 180 range, so going for a little bit extra on that one, working well for him.
Well, he's done the job and won the 2 points as needed.
4-3, Federer.
So things tighten up in this tiebreaker. Federer 4-3, 2 points on serve.
So far, both players have served well in this tiebreaker. Got a lot of free points off their serve. Another good serve there by Federer. Going to the Seppi forehand.
Tough return. Federer disgusted with the fact that that one came back in a hurry.
Yeah, I was hoping for another freebie. I had a good, decent first serve. Good return by Seppi. I don't think he was expecting that one to come back. Back on serve, 5-4.
That's too good a volley. He gave it some stick. Knew he had to put it away.
5-4.
Yeah, he did well on that stretching forehand volley. Right in the corner.
5-all. Oh, and he's made it. Federer putting the pressure on, going forward. The Italian didn't panic.
6-5. Seppi.
This volley down the middle of the court, not in the right spot, not close enough to the alley. So it's a set point for a 2-sets-to-love lead. And he's done it, the Italian. It's all heart as he bangs there, and boy, they are happy in the Italian camp. 6-4, 7-6. Seppi leads the number 2 seed, Roger Federer. Start of the third set, and he starts it off confidently. Federer has lost in the third round here, only on 2 occasions. It was in his debut in 2000, and again in 2001, he lost to the same guy, Arnaud Clément, on both occasions, the Frenchman who's now the French Davis Cup captain.
And interestingly enough, I mean, Clément plays a very similar style of tennis to Seppi.
Yeah, didn't make a lot of errors.
Nope.
Just
ball flat, moving around, getting a lot of balls in play. Makes you be the one to dictate the match. Play well, you beat him. You play badly, you lose. He was a very good tennis player.
tough thing now with, in my mind, and as we all know, playing against fellas like this, you get in there and you're leading 2-0 and you start to think about the finishing line. Yep. And Seppi knows that he's never beaten Federer.
Sure.
6-4, 7-6. He's in a great position now. He's got to avoid thinking about the finishing line.
Yep, absolutely. He really does have to keep buckle down and keep playing the same way.
And Federer's taking it to him, a break point in the opening game of the third set.
Yeah, right here he's already giving a little bit of an opening to Federer. Not the best of games, not as tight as he has been, but Federer playing a good game so far.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my. That is a big hit by Seppi down the line. He hit that ball so flat and so hard.
This is a big call here. It's either a break for Federer or they're back even.
No, I think
it's on the line.
Caught the side, tied the line. Good passing shot by Seppi.
Federer has 2 challenges remaining.
Roger could have done maybe just a little bit better on that approach shot.
Seppi's done a terrific job of stretching Federer to that forehand wing, where he forces him to play the squash shot. He has to generate his own pace, but he seems to be quite comfortable with that because he gives it enough air over the net. This thing clears the tape by a good 3 feet, so it's good margin. That's the opening set of the opening game of the third set to Seppi. 1-love. Federer has come back from 2 sets to love down on 9 occasions.
What a great volley.
He persists with this serve and volley.
I think he's trying to come to the net a little bit more than usual because he just doesn't feel that comfortable from the baseline. Net points won by Federer, 19 out of 30, so coming in twice as much as Seppi. Seppi doing a little bit better of a job, win ratios. But surprisingly, Seppi coming to the net quite a few times too and doing a good job up there.
Federer holds opening service game of set number 3. It's 1-all.
I do have to say, you know, Seppi has been playing well this tournament so far. I mean, he had a long match against Dennis Isterman in the first round, but a good victory against Jeremy Chardy. He's a tough player to beat, similar to the style of Seppi, but that's a good victory by him. So obviously his form is very, very good, and he's played a solid match today so far too.
Even before those 2 matches here, he was in pretty good form up in Doha. He lost in the semis there to Thomas Burdick, who's really on song here. If Burdick continues the way he's been playing here, he's going to be a threat as well. As we get to the business end of the first Grand Slam of the year, towards the second week.
Yeah, and it's a tough tournament in Doha with a lot of good players, so he had some good wins to get through to the semi-finals there too. So he started the year off exceptionally well, has Seppi. They talk about the confidence in tennis, how important it is for you. And, you know, and a lot of the guys, when they start the year off well, the year just flows for them, and seems to be doing that. Because, I mean, when you're watching this match, even when they're having baseline rallies, generally you would think Federer would be the one in control, but Seppi is holding his own on all ground stroke rallies.
I love 30, and a look at her second serve.
Yeah, not a good one by Federer. He needed
Any forehand errors is that for?
Yeah, it's 22 unforced errors on the forehand side, 7 on the backhand. So a lot more coming out of the forehand side for Federer, more than he needs. But 22 is it's a very large number.
15-14.
Well, that's a bit of a gift. Second serve, double fault. And that gives Federer an opportunity to get away to a good start in this third set. A long way to go, though. 2 sets to love down.
It's an uphill battle.
Let's for service.
First things first, though, he has to try and break serve here. That's a fine return. Federer gets a break and leads 2 games to 1, third set.
Love. Mr. Seppi is challenging the call. Left.
I would have to imagine that if he managed to win this match, that this would be the best win of his career by miles. Yeah.
Well, particularly in a Grand Slam, if you're going to beat one of these boys, it's the Grand Slam's the place to do it.
Yep.
And it's wide.
15 on.
Oh, he's got to be careful not to give that break back. Did such a good job to get it. He doesn't want to give it away.
Double faults creeping in. Have not been good to him today. The serve. I think he's not throwing the ball up quite high enough.
30 all.
Again, every time he served that double, he's put in a really good first serve after that. Got a free point out of it. Yeah, 6 double faults for the day. Another nice serve and volley.
Yep.
Always a pleasure to see somebody coming in. Don't see it as much today in the game today. It's always a pleasure to see someone who can do it well, especially someone like Roger.
Went straight back to him, but it worked. So Federer consolidates that early break in set number 3. It's 3-1.
Federer leads by 3 games to 1.
And to do that straight back at Seppi, but doing a good enough job on it.
I think it surprised Seppi because I think he'd just given up on it, and suddenly the ball was back there. He had to sort of make a shot.
Wow. How is it possible to get so much angle on a flat ball like that? What a beautiful backhand. That was hit hard. Right up the middle, cross-court angle.
He bent the knees all the way down, nearly on the court surface.
That's the technology today, allowing you to get that extra power out of the ball. So you wonder, do you think Roger will put in a lot of effort to try and break Seppi again, or do you think he'll feel that he can serve out this third set?
I think he's got to keep putting pressure on him so that he gets to feel a little more confident on the return, but Seppi's not giving him much at all. Seppi's just been very accurate on the serve.
Yeah, he's played a good game, Seppi has on this one.
40 love. That's way long again, so Seppi holds. It's 3-2 Federer, third set. Packed house here at Rod Laver Arena as they get word around the grounds. But if you have a ticket for Rod Laver Arena, you better get in there and check this one out. The photographers are all along there. And is there an upset in the making? Not yet.
30 love.
Yeah, I would think a lot of people wouldn't have come and watched this match because they would have felt that Federer would have breezed through this one easy and wait for the next round. But you're right, if you have your ticket, you better get in here quick. You might not see him around. He's certainly looking a little bit better in this third set.
40 love.
Alley-oop.
I still think he'll get out of it, actually.
Game Federer.
So Federer holds, and he's happy with that. It's now 4-2, but he's down 2 sets.
Federer leads by 4 games to 2.
It's interesting if you take stats on this, Fred, if you put it right now and you put your money on this, I mean, you would say it's an even 50% chance that he could still win this. I mean, even though he's down 2 sets to love, he's not out of this by any stretch of the mean. Still be a pretty safe bet, I would think.
Well, as you say, you go with the stats, and he's never lost to Seppi. He only lost 1 set to him, but he's come back from 2 sets to love down on 9 occasions. None probably quite as big as this one.
That's a forehand we haven't seen too many today. He hasn't been able to really get control and hit the winner. He's got 14 forehand winners, which is really not that many for Roger.
$30-15.
It's too good a serve. It's the serve that's setting it up. Just far enough out of reach that he can't get a good swing out. It's right on top of the frame. Seppi pounces on it.
It's really the first volley that he's missed. He's come to the net quite a bunch of times and made every single one. That one was an easy one.
40-30.
Game Seppi.
Continues to serve well, Seppi. Federer leads 4-3, down a couple of sets.
Love team.
This is too good. It's love 30.
Love 30.
That was a good forehand by Seppi. Generating a lot of power out of that ball.
You talk about confidence.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure Seppi wanted that one again. He could have done a better job on getting that one in play.
Oh, he had it.
Oh.
A one-handed flick cross court, hit the tape. He was robbed. A little bit fortunate there for Federer.
Wow, I tell you what, aren't you right about that? What a great backhand volley by Roger Federer. Nice cross court, but an unlucky. Oh, that was so close.
He had it
that
cold,
would have been perfect.
That one on the line. Turns it around a little.
40-13.
So a little bit of luck for Federer. A beautiful serve up the middle.
So Federer, a scream of anguish there, stays in front. 5-3, third set.
Yeah, that point certainly would have changed things to give him 15-40 with 2 break points. Yeah, Roger doing a good job to get through that one and keep his lead. Seppi almost got himself back on even keel in this third set. It certainly would have been an interesting to go have this one go to a tiebreaker. Flat-footed by Seppi on that one, not expecting it to come back as quick as it did.
They're just shots that you're not used to seeing from Federer. Misses like that. 15-all.
Another wild shot. Our second serve on the forehand side, 152 kilometers an hour.
2 hours, this one been in progress now. Well, you got that two-fisted backhand. That's a tough shot from there to go down over the high part of the net.
Yep.
Bring it back in again. You got to get that well struck with a fair bit of topspin.
Yeah.
Good service game from the Italian, and it's Federer 5-4, third set.
A few unforced errors coming off the Seppi forehand on the baseline there. That one, they're giving Roger just a little bit of a lead.
Was a good second serve from Federer, but a good floater. He didn't move forward, and a good return. 30 love now, clawing his way back into this match.
Faults.
Oh. Set points now for 2-1.
40 love.
That was not a good half volley. It was an easy shot for Seppi. Pressure at the moment, though. And listen to the crowd reaction here. Federer finally comes back. The crowd are on their feet. There again, if Seppi can hang around in this set and keep it close, then you never can tell. Things might happen the way they did in the first set.
Yep, Roger could throw in a bad game, lose his serve, and be behind. There's always things that can happen, but Seppi needs to stay tough and stay focused, positive, and keep playing the same game.
And Seppi may be, you know, you allude to the fact he's had a couple of long matches coming in here. Federer, I think, is in a little bit better shape than Seppi. Seppi may be starting to feel the pinch a little bit. He didn't move that well. We'll pick that up in the next 20 minutes. The early stages of this fourth set will tell a story.
Yeah, you're right about that. He has had a little bit longer 5-set in the first round against Isterman, 4 sets in the second round. So quite a lot of tennis already for him.
That's too good. Federer didn't do enough with that volley, though.
15 all. That's it.
Double faults there, 6 of them Federer, 4 for Seppi. Federer would love to get an early break here in this fourth set. That's just too good. Set up by the first serve again.
30 all.
Oh, so it was a mental error there this time from Seppi, who thought that ball was going long. Federer did that last set,
30-40.
a couple of sets back, and proved to be a problem. So it's break point now for Federer.
Let's for service.
No, he has got enough confidence to go for that 3 slice backhands, and then he decided to open the shoulders a little. Juice.
Yeah, it's not like he even went for a broke on that one too. He just sort of tried to roll it in on that top spin and hit it a little bit long, a little tentative on that.
Advantage Seppi.
That was a big opportunity for him to get a nice lead in this fourth set.
Well, a shank forehand, and that keeps Seppi in the hunt here. He wins the opening game of set number 4.
Love 15.
This is where it's important, you know, to have got that break, because it gives you that freedom to maybe have one bad game. He's got to be careful now. Love 15. Doesn't want to put himself behind a 8-ball being behind. Oh.
Well, you can see he'd made up his mind as soon as he saw Federer run around. He knew there was an opening, and just was there, caught it a little bit late. Over anxious there, 15 all.
Well,
the further this goes along, the more support Federer is going to get from the crowd.
Yeah, no question. Everybody wants him to stay here a little bit longer. They don't want him leaving Australia too soon. That's a shot we've seen many times. Hit to perfection. Difficult shot to hit as well. Inside out forehand up the line, over the higher part of the net, needing a little bit more spin.
Boy, that serve.
14-30.
See that kid catch the ball can. Federer loves to do that with the ball, boys, and he's so accurate. He is on the court, but when he tags that ball, the ball kid's straight to him, and that kid caught that. It was a beauty.
And you better make sure that they're paying attention, otherwise it could hurt too.
Yeah. Well, I think the ball kids that do Federer's matches look for it. They like it.
They probably know it's coming.
Yep. Juice.
Good for a serve. 202. Not one of his fastest, but a good enough pace to get him a free point. One that's more of that solid backhand side of Seppi.
There's the come on from the #2 seed, 17-time Grand Slam champion. It's 1-all, fourth set.
One game.
Super slow-mo camera catches that. Then look at the wrist snap on that forehand as he comes up and over the top of it, round the top of the shoulders for 1-all. Seppi gets that ball very early when he has that occasion, doesn't he? He gets it back into the open court in a hurry.
Yeah, he takes that ball nice and early. He doesn't have a big backswing, but takes it early, takes away the time for Federer. Another good serve. Again, not hit very hard, but still a free point. And that's what you want. Those free points make it a lot easier.
Talking about half volleys and down the line. Boy, you used the pace of shot there. This was brilliant.
Yeah, difficult shot, just standing inside the baseline, taking it on the half volley, using the pace of the Federer return.
Federer gave that one away. It's 2-1 the Italian, and he leads 2-1.
15 love.
First point of this game to Federer with a slider out wide with an ace.
Another wild forehand from Federer out long. Certainly lost a few of them today. A little bit more on that unforced error count that he would like. 26 unforced errors on the forehand.
Boy, that's a lot.
I don't think I've seen him play a match for a very long time where he's had that many unforced errors, and especially ones that are easy balls in the middle of the court, stuff that he would generally put away.
You
know, you've got to give credit to Seppi for the way that he's played, but Roger has certainly not played up to the level that we've seen him play before, and he's made this very, very difficult for himself.
But he's still in it.
Yes, he is. Still good.
I'm impressed with the way when that ball comes through. Seppi, he hasn't panicked on that slice. He gets right behind the flight of the ball. This one here gives it a little bit of margin.
Yep. Nice little spin to get over the higher part of the net. Perfect.
That's more the forehand we like from Federer as he holds serve. It's 2-all, fourth set.
2 games.
And Federer just managing to get his winners up to on even with the unforced errors, which 44 of both, 44 winners, 44 unforced errors.
Look at that. The difference in this match is 1 point.
1 point, but Seppi's still up two sets to one.
I'll take the 2 sets to 1, not worry about the points.
Absolutely. The only difference between that is that tiebreaker, you know, 6-4 for one, 6-4 to the other, 7-6. Match has been pretty even in all accounts, but that tiebreaker really the difference.
Let's for service.
Forehand by Federer. Just thinking about he hasn't chipped and charged too much of the second serve of Seppi for at least a set now. So trying to stay back a little bit more, and maybe he's feeling a little bit more confident on the baseline on that forehand side that he can stay back a little bit more.
It's just good serving, good solid serving.
13-15.
Yep. Again, not very hard, 192 Ks, but in the right spot, 3 point. Add that to the list. Oh, it's beautiful. Such a beautiful low bend.
Love this backhand.
One nice backhand bend. Will flip up the line to perfection.
Head still. 30 all.
Good. There's that chip and charge that I was just talking about. He did it. He may not have won the point, but you know, in some respects, it certainly keeps Seppi on the back foot, not really knowing if he's going to come in or not. And when it gets tighter, that second serve is going to make it more difficult for him.
So Seppi, much to the disgust of Roger Federer, he stays in front, 3-2, fourth set. I can tell where the crowd have their feelings. They want Federer, and he's struggling. He's still in there. It'll be a little interesting within the next 15-20 minutes when those shadows start to move across the court. They're coming across past the chair umpire at the moment, and that makes things a little tricky. Look at that ball topspin on that from that slow-mo camera.
A nice shot to that slow-mo with the topspin coming off that ball in the rotation. Another good backhand by Federer.
It's just what he needs now is an easy game to get it 3-all.
Oh, boy, didn't get that one. Told you wasn't quite ready for that. It's too good. Took that inside the baseline. It's the hard shot to go up the line over that higher part of the net. Hit that to perfection.
Oh yeah, but come on from Federer, 3-all. Fourth set.
3 games all.
See the shadow starting to move from the umpire's chair. Makes things difficult.
And what's interesting is how quick it moves too.
Yeah.
You talk about 15, 20 minutes, you're right, it'll be over half the court. Good start to the 7th game for Federer. Very important game for both players. Talk about that the other day, Fred, about how important that 7th game is. Always where matches can be won or lost on that 7th game.
All.
Another good first serve. Free point again by Seppi.
13-15.
That's just too good, just too solid.
14-15.
Federer not able to get any pace on the return, so it's Seppi dictating the play on serve at the moment. And another error, so Seppi holds firm, and it's 4-3. He leads, and it's 2 sets to 1.
Leads by 4 games to 3.
It's very important for Federer to keep that first serve in.
Yeah, both of them done well when they've got the first serve in on the points won. Another good first serve. Roger getting through this game fairly easily.
Well, again, what is needed if he can just throw the pressure back up the other end.
Yep.
If he got 4 quick points here, and he makes,
Yeah,
and that's what he does. 4 quick points, and it's 4-all. So he makes Seppi think a little more at 4-all.
4 games all.
Yeah, they always say it's very important to try get through your serve games as quick as you can, so that you don't, take too much mental energy out of yourself. You can invest a little bit more into your opponent, and then make your opponent have to worry more on their serve.
We're getting down to the moment of truth in this 4th set. And it's right here. Aces, Federer 13, Seppi 1.
Oh.
15 love.
Unforced error on that forehand side that we've seen too many times today.
Well, the Europeans, and Federer is one of them also, but Italians used to love to play these little drop shots. Look at, he takes the one hand off the racket. Beautiful little fade underneath there. Follow through, you can see the racket come through up to about waist high. We'll talk about easy games.
Yep. Seppi got one back at him. Now, what they do say, best time to break, 40 love. got to be careful.
Yeah.
We've got to get through this game. Doesn't want to allow Roger to get back to him a juice. Certainly wants to keep a good game.
Sergio Palmieri looks after a lot of stuff at the Italian Federation, cheering his man on. A little bit of hesitation.
Yep.
40-30.
He's going to have to be careful, Seppi. 40 love.
40 love in the drop shot.
Yep. And even Sergio standing in there when we saw his face knew that that was not the right play. And he needed to just get that point and get the game. Nope.
No, that's long. So Seppi stays in front in set number 4. It's 5-4. He leads. I breathe a sigh of relief. Second serve, and he misses it.
Yeah, that's certainly a gift. It's not what Seppi needs to do. Spot 128 points each.
Oh.
Seppi losing some opportunities, 2 second serves that he's not got into play. It's not being tight. You need to be tight at this time of the match. He's got nothing to lose.
Merker can't watch. 40 love for 5-all. Ace down the middle brings a love game. The crowd are all getting very close. They want their man through to a 5th set. It's 5 games all.
Yeah, Seppi didn't do a good job in that beginning of that game.
No.
He should have put a little bit more pressure onto Federer. 2 opportunities in the first 2 points on second serves, not using them. He gave him a little bit of freedom on that game, and you wonder if that's going to come back and catch up to him.
5 games all.
As you
Federer
mentioned.
just taking a little bit of time, extra time there as he jogs out with a new racket. And the crowd letting you know where their feelings are.
New balls.
New balls, yep. Very compact motion. It's not a serve that you can pick.
Yep.
You can't have a look at the ball toss and say, well, you know, he's going to go out here or down the line. Listen to the reaction from the crowd.
Good point by both players. Seppi just not doing enough on that volley. He'd be pretty suited to have just pushed that one up the line. Once he made that drop shot attempt, he lost control of the point.
That was the longest rally, 24-stroke rally.
Got to make that one play. Might have been better off slicing that one and chipping and coming in. Nice freebie for Seppi. Little breathing room.
That was a nervous forehand. That one finished up halfway up the net. He didn't want to pull the trigger and go down the line.
30 all.
That was a tight. You could see it on his face. He did not want to do anything off that. And the Seppi camp, they can feel it too. I think everyone's starting to feel the pain.
30 all. Seppi a little fortunate that time and had a look over and bounced back to the Federer side.
Change of luck in that third set when he got that one to pop over, this time doing the same shot and not going his way. Luck to the Seppi camp.
40-30. That's two tight forehands, both in the same spot.
Yeah, that ball from Federer off the backhand into the pocket of the Seppi forehand. He's struggled a little bit on that. Maybe Roger can see that and start attacking that forehand side. Instead of going cross-court on the backhand, going towards the middle more into that forehand side. This is where you got to start trying to find every single way to win.
Juice. Italian players box on their feet after this one. They know the importance of this. They're trying to get their man to 6 so they can force this into a possible tiebreaker or maybe a huge upset. And he does it. There's a challenge from Federer, but I think it's good.
Yeah, I think it's a little wishful thinking from Federer. He's hopeful. But let's see. Caught the side of the line.
It is good. So that is Seppi now reaches 6. He's 6 games to 5, 2 sets to 1.
By 6 games to 5.
Oh, the net, but it was a winner anyway. Merker can't watch. Shadows halfway across the court. It's tough out there now because this one goes down in the shadows and the reflex is not enough, but the backhand was a good enough one to win. Very tough getting that from the sun into the shade and vice versa. Yes.
Seppi not attacking that ball enough, getting up a little bit too high, making that returner serve more difficult, and a beautiful forehand by Federer.
Oh, and a double fault. That's been disastrous for him today, the serve. That's the Italian camp there behind Sergio Palmieri is Martin Mulligan, who was a great Australian and moved to Italy, played Davis Cup there as well. Oh, it's wide. Pull the trigger a little early, Seppi. Pressure building both ends of the court here.
He certainly went for the winner on that one, took his chance on it. Didn't miss by much. Good opportunity lost, but he certainly had a go at it.
30 all. Seppi fighting Federer and the pro Federer crowd. 40-30. Federer blinked first. It's deuce. 2 points from a major upset here, the Italian. Oh boy. It's a matter of inches and a very tight rally.
Advantage Federer.
You're always going to wonder who was going to be the one to take the chance, go for that little bit extra, and Roger being the one to do it paid off for him on that point.
Game point. Good reply from Seppi there off the serve. Juice once more.
Mr. Federer is challenging the call, right centre service line. The ball's got out.
I think that one's got a chance, Fred.
Yeah, I think this is pretty close. I
Very,
think
very close.
Seppi was just about ready to walk.
Maybe not.
No, it's not.
No.
Second service.
Worth a try, though.
Oh, boy, what a second serve into the body.
And well caught in the crowd, too.
Yep.
Mr. Federer has
One good thing about you Aussies, you know how to catch, that's for sure.
This one here, the shadow's halfway across the court now. Game point. And that one made it. There's the crowd reaction. Six games all, a tiebreaker will decide the fate of Roger Federer, whether he goes to 5 sets or he leaves Melbourne Park.
Both players receive one additional challenge.
Players get one additional challenge here in the tiebreaker.
Thank you.
Played one in this match so far. Seppi won it 7 points to 5.
It couldn't be any worse with where the sun is right now, with the shadow in the middle of the court. Difficulty of going in and out of the shadow with the ball, losing sight of it is extremely difficult.
Yep, very tough conditions right now, and that was a very tentative backhand for Seppi. Remember, in the second set tiebreaker, Federer led 4 points to 1.
1-1.
And he had the mini break until this forehand. In the second set, 4-1 lead he had and lost the tiebreak, 1-1.
Good first serve. Yeah, you're right. He did have 4-1, but Seppi certainly played 4 good points after that. He played solid, and he's going to have to do the same right here. He's 2-1 on serve. Roger hoping to get one little mini break out of these 2 serves from Seppi.
Boy, this is tight stuff. The crowd reaction from that error from Seppi tells it all.
Yeah, that was a tight backhand by Seppi.
3-1, Federer.
But good hustling and good grinding by Federer to keep those couple of those balls in play. Playing the smart way, not going for too much, trying to keep it rolling, waiting for Seppi to go for one. That was a tight one.
Well, he's gone down the line, he's gone cross-court, he's gone over the top. He hasn't flinched when he's had a target.
3-2, Federer.
Oh, and absolutely the right play by Roger to put the pressure onto Seppi, but just not doing enough on the approach shot, but a good pass still. But Seppi taking the pressure a little bit on that one.
Federer still with that mini break. Oh. And the players change ends. Another double fault from Federer. It's 3-all.
Ninth double fault for the day. Not a good time to do it. Never a good time for a double, but that one certainly was not. Even kill, 3-all. Everyone can feel the tension. I think we're feeling the tension up here too.
Sweaty palms here myself. Wayne, and about you.
Yes, I am too. It's getting tight. I think the crowd are starting to feel that.
It's a Federer crowd. Even though there's so many Italians live in Australia and here in Melbourne, it is certainly a pro Federer crowd here. And that one finds the paint. Federer goes ahead 4-3.
4-3, Federer.
Good solid serve out wide. He changed his direction for a while and it was going up the middle a lot to the Seppi backhand, but changing back out there. And good serve to open up the court. If you don't get a winner, at least you get a better shot for a winner on the next one.
Let's for service.
Oh boy, that flat one out there, why that has been so good for him. He went down the tee first in that, got the let cord, and then flattens this one out again.
Yeah, only his fourth ace of the day.
What a time to bring it on.
Yep.
4-all. That got Edberg on his feet in a hurry, folks.
But a good play by Roger. Hasn't done it much, but dropping that backhand slice a little bit shorter, making Seppi have to hit the approach and come to the net and bringing him to the net. Good tactic.
But then he plays a half volley cross-court winner.
He did hit it well.
He shot 5-4 on Federer's racket.
Uh-oh.
Again, difficult conditions. Sun and shade miscues that one. 5-all. Can't believe it.
Yeah, you wonder if the sun or shadow had anything to do with that one, because that was a very poor miss by him. Not enough first serves in.
That's on the line, and there's a challenge from Federer.
Right near sideline.
Is this an important call? The tentative forehand, and then he let one go. Seppi, is it good? It is. It's match point to the Italian.
6-5, Seppi. Mr. Federer has one challenge remaining.
And this one's on Seppi's racket. Does he go with the big serve out to the backhand? Must go with your favorite serve in a situation like this.
Thank you. Thank you.
And that's it. What an unbelievable finish to this match. At full stretch, Seppi comes up with a miracle. A miracle forehand down the line from the Italian. Takes the 17-time Grand Slam champion out of the Australian Open.